The Gospels, a chronicle of confrontations. Welcome to our channel, friends. Today we journey into the heart of the Gospels, exploring the profound encounters between Jesus Christ and the demonic. We'll delve into 10 specific instances where Jesus confronted these entities, these demons, and brought solace, healing, and liberation to those they tormented. Join me now as we explore the top 10 demons Jesus Christ faced. Imagine, if you will, a simple synagogue, a place of worship and community. People have gathered seeking solace and connection with the divine. But amongst them, cloaked in the guise of normalcy, sits a man possessed, his very being held captive by an unseen entity. This man carries within him a darkness, a force that separates him from himself and from God. Then into this space of quiet desperation steps Jesus. The very air seems to crackle with unseen energy. The demon, sensing the purity and power emanating from Jesus, cries out, acknowledging him as the Holy One of God. It is a moment of both terror and revelation. Terror for the demon, who recognizes its impending doom. Revelation for those gathered, who witness firsthand the authority Jesus commands. With a word, a simple rebuke, Jesus casts the demon out. The man, moments ago a prisoner in his own body, is freed. This encounter, early in Jesus' ministry, sets the stage for the confrontations to come. Our journey takes us now to the shores of the Sea of Galilee, to a desolate region of tombs, where a man consumed by a legion of demons resides. This man is tormented, driven to the fringes of society, a prisoner in his own mind. He lives among the dead, a living testament to the destructive power of the demonic. But even in this desolate place, hope arrives. Jesus, drawn by compassion, approaches the man. The demons, sensing their reign of terror is coming to an end, plead with Jesus, begging to be sent into a nearby herd of pigs. Jesus, in an act that reveals both his authority and his understanding of the spiritual realm, grants their request. The pigs, driven mad by the influx of demonic energy, rush headlong into the sea, drowning in the churning waters. The man, freed from the legion that had held him captive, is at last restored to his right mind. This encounter illustrates the immense power Jesus commands over the spiritual realm. In a world often bound by physical proximity, Jesus demonstrates a power that transcends distance and circumstance. A Canaanite woman, a mother driven by love and desperation, approaches Jesus, pleading for her demon-possessed daughter's healing. Imagine her anguish, her unwavering faith as she throws herself at the mercy of this man rumored to perform miracles. She believes with every fiber of her being that Jesus can free her daughter from the unseen tormentor. But Jesus at first seems hesitant. He speaks of his mission being primarily for the lost sheep of Israel. But the woman persists, her belief unwavering. Her response is simple yet profound. Even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs. In that moment, Jesus recognizes the depth of her faith and speaks the words that shatter the chains of affliction. Go, your daughter is healed. And in that instant, miles away, the demon departs, the young girl is freed, and a mother's unwavering faith is rewarded. Chapter 4, When Disciples Falter. A lesson in faith and prayer. Even the most devoted followers can find their faith shaken, their resolve tested. Such is the case when the disciples, despite witnessing countless miracles, are unable to heal a young boy tormented by a demon. Imagine the scene, a desperate father, his son racked by seizures, pleading for help. The disciples, filled with good intentions, attempt to cast out the demon, but their efforts prove futile. It is then that Jesus arrives. He rebukes the demon and the boy is instantly healed. The disciples, perplexed and disheartened, ask Jesus why they were unable to perform the miracle. His answer is both a lesson and a challenge. This kind can come out only by prayer. This encounter serves as a powerful reminder that faith requires nurturing through prayer, through constant communion with the divine. Chapter 5, Mary Magdalene. From torment to testimony. The Gospels offer glimpses into the lives transformed by Jesus' ministry, and few stories are as poignant as that of Mary Magdalene. While the details of her possession are shrouded in time, we are told that Jesus cast 7 demons from her. 7. a number often associated with completeness, with totality. Imagine the depth of Mary's suffering, the all-consuming nature of her affliction. Yet from this darkness she emerges a beacon of faith, a devoted follower of Jesus. The Gospels tell us little of her life before her encounter with Jesus, but her presence in his ministry speaks volumes. She stands as a testament to the transformative power of his love and compassion. Mary Magdalene is often depicted as a woman of great strength and devotion, present at the crucifixion and among the first to witness the resurrection. Her story reminds us that no darkness is too deep, no torment too great to be overcome by the light of God's love. Chapter 6. The Silenced Voice. Finding freedom in speech. Imagine a man robbed of his voice, unable to express the thoughts and emotions that stir within him. This is the plight of the mute demoniac, a man silenced by the unseen force that holds him captive. His world is one of silence, a prison of isolation and despair. Then, into his world of quiet suffering walks Jesus. The crowds, as always, gather, drawn by the rumors of miracles and the hope for healing. With a word, Jesus commands the demon to depart, and the man's voice, long silenced, erupts in a torrent of sound. It is a moment of pure joy, of liberation from the chains of affliction. This miracle speaks to the power of Jesus to heal not just the physical body, but also the wounds that run deeper. The restoration of the man's voice symbolizes a return to wholeness, a reclaiming of his identity and his place in the world. It is a reminder that true freedom comes not just from physical well-being, but from a restoration of our relationship with God. The Gospels often depict Jesus in direct conflict with the religious authorities of his time. His encounters with the demonic are not merely acts of compassion, but direct challenges to the established order. The healing of the blind and mute man is a prime example. Imagine the scene, a man both blind and mute brought before Jesus. The crowd, a mixture of hope and skepticism, watches intently. Jesus, in his infinite compassion, heals the man, restoring both his sight and his voice. The Pharisees, threatened by Jesus' growing popularity, accuse him of performing miracles through the power of Beelzebul, the prince of demons. Jesus, in his wisdom, dismantles their argument. Every kingdom divided against itself will be ruined. This encounter highlights the spiritual blindness of those who refuse to see the truth. The Pharisees, blinded by their own dogma, fail to recognize the divine authority embodied in Jesus. Chapter 8. Bound for 18 years. Freedom on the Sabbath. The Sabbath, a day ordained for rest and reflection, becomes a battleground for compassion and rigid adherence to the letter of the law. Jesus once again challenges the status quo by healing a woman crippled by a spirit for 18 long years. Imagine her pain. The way her body, bent and broken, reflects the internal struggle she has endured for so long. She is a prisoner in her own flesh, her spirit yearning for release. Jesus, seeing her suffering, calls her forward. "Woman, you are free from your infirmity." And with a touch, he straightens her spine, releasing her from the bonds that have held her captive for so long. The synagogue ruler, indignant that Jesus would perform such a healing on the Sabbath, rebukes the crowd for seeking help on a day meant for rest. But Jesus, his voice filled with compassion and righteous anger, silences him. "You hypocrites! Should not this woman, a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan has kept bound for 18 long years, be set free on the Sabbath day from what bound her?" This encounter underscores the importance of compassion over rigid adherence to rules. Chapter 9. Capernium, a city delivered. News of Jesus' miracles spread like wildfire, drawing crowds hungry for healing and hope. In Capernium, a city bustling with activity, Jesus encounters a multitude of people tormented by demons. Imagine the scene, a cacophony of voices, cries of anguish mingling with whispers of hope. The sick and afflicted, desperate for relief, press in on Jesus, their faith palpable. And Jesus, moved by compassion, does not disappoint. He heals the sick, casts out demons, and brings peace to troubled minds. The demons, recognizing his authority, cry out, acknowledging him as the Son of God. This mass exorcism highlights the pervasive nature of spiritual affliction and the boundless reach of Jesus' power. It reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles, that there is a force for good that can overcome even the most entrenched darkness. Chapter 10. The 72. Sharing the burden of ministry. The Gospels tell of a time when Jesus, recognizing the vastness of his mission, sends out 72 disciples, 2 by 2, to spread his message of love and healing. He empowers them to heal the sick, cast out demons, and proclaim the kingdom of God. Imagine their trepidation as they set out, armed with nothing but their faith and the authority bestowed upon them by Jesus. They are ordinary people, thrust into extraordinary circumstances, tasked with confronting the forces of darkness. Yet they return to Jesus, their faces aglow with joy, recounting their victories over the demonic. Jesus, pleased by their success, cautions them against pride. Do not rejoice that the spirits submit to you, but rejoice that your names are written in heaven. True joy, he reminds them, comes not from power or recognition, but from a right relationship with God. This event highlights the importance of shared ministry, the power of community in spreading the message of hope and healing. It is a call to action, an invitation to embrace our own roles in extending God's kingdom here on earth. As we conclude our exploration of these extraordinary encounters, I invite you to reflect on the profound impact of Jesus' ministry. These stories, passed down through generations, continue to offer hope, healing, and a glimpse into the boundless compassion of the divine. If you found this journey through the Gospels enlightening, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. And for those who wish to support our mission of exploring the wonders of history, science, and the human experience, consider clicking that super thanks button. Until next time, friends, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep exploring the universe of knowledge that surrounds us.